Good morning to you. It's Daybreak at iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey at 8:45. Thursdays at this time, we focus on Shelton, and we've got a couple things to talk about here this morning. I've got two great guests in studio, Mark Ziegler, Shelton Community Development Director, and Sean Carlstrom, Shelton Building Official. Good morning, guys.
Jeff, good morning.
Thanks for coming on the air here. Got a couple separate things to talk about, but they're both important to the community. So, Mark, we'll start with you. Youth Basketball League getting ready.
Let's get a quick plug for the upcoming Shelton Youth Basketball League. It's that time of year again. We kick off a week from Saturday.
Wow.
So the 18th at local schools, the boys at the high school, the girls at the junior high, 2nd through 7th grades. We ask that if you can register prior to Saturday, but we will take registration Saturday at the gyms. This is the precursor to the actual game, so the clinics and skills fundamentals program starts on the 18th with the high school coaches and high school players. So we get the high school teams involved, get those high schoolers involved with helping out the kids, teaching them fundamentals and skills, kind of gets us organized. We can start working on putting teams together, and on December 2nd, we'll meet again, go through another clinic, and then they break up into teams, start their team practices, start games after the first year, and play through the first Saturday of February, all locally here.
Oh,
so
fun.
Yeah, it's a great program. Like I said, boys and girls, all skill levels, from first-time players, never touched the ball, to players that are playing on their school teams at the middle school level as well. All the games, again, are on Saturdays, so they don't conflict with maybe their evening games at the schools. They will practice on weeknights at some local schools, but those are typically all run after 5 o'clock because of parent volunteer coaches and after they get off work. So
how long has this been going on?
Before I started about 25 years ago.
So kids started originally, now perhaps have kids that are in it.
Absolutely.
Grandkids.
Yeah, I'm seeing the second generation come through just in my time in running the league. So that's the fun part. You know, I've got kids that came through the league are now coaches of their parents. Kids that when I was coaching high school and middle school basketball are coming through, with their kids as well. So yeah, it makes me feel old, but it's good to see, and there's that familiarity too with the program, and it's really great. It's really a non-competitive league. We don't keep standings and things like that, so the ultimate goal isn't winning. It's going out, having fun, learning some skills, learning some life skills that you learn in sports, like teamwork and cooperation and making friends and hard work and determination and hustle and all those things too, so that trickle down throughout life, not just the sport itself.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, get involved with that. You can find it under the news details too at the City of Shelton's website, sheltonwa.gov.
Right.
All right, let's see here. Sean, let's have a little conversation about being a building official here. 6 months or so, and awarded Employee of the Month a couple months back, so you must be doing some good work for the city.
I've really enjoyed it, working with the city.
Tell me about what you do on a day-to-day basis, and what are some of the common things that you come across?
Well, the plan reviews, inspections, enforcing the code, keeping our community safe.
Do you go out and look for potential code violators, or is it a call in? People call and say, "Hey, this guy over here, something's going on."
It's a little bit of both. I see some things going on, and when I'm out and about doing inspections.
And then when it comes to like outbuildings and people going, "Oh, I want a gazebo. Oh, I want a sunroom." What do you got to do to get one of those? You need to have permits and things like that. That's where you come in, right?
Yep, yeah, and we have a wide range of permit applications right there. We have a friendly staff that's ready to help with any questions at the counter.
What would be what's the average length of time it would take someone to put in a permit application and to get the first kind of look at it?
Residential right now, I believe we're at 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
If everything is submitted.
And that's a
That
fairly
seems pretty
quick
quick.
turnaround, actually, especially as busy as we are. I think we're in the over 400 permit count for the year total.
Oh, wow.
And that's about 50 more than our average the last 5 years.
Nice.
So by bringing Sean on, that's how in-house. Previously, we contracted outside the city and didn't have an in-house employee. So by bringing somebody on, we can now meet that 2-3 week mark, even with permits being as high as they are, which is over 400 for the year so far.
And that's a good number.
Yeah,
Keeps you busy.
That's really the
yeah.
benefit
Very
of
busy.
that's the benefit of having an in-house inspector, building official, and we've got somebody at the counter that can ask those questions. You come in and say, I want to build a gazebo. Well, you might not have a set of plans. You might have a set of plans you drew yourself. That's where Sean can say, okay, here's some ideas. Here's some suggestions. Here's what you need to do. It might be, you need to have this designed by an architect. You need to buy a stock plan from somebody, or it's a simple addition of some footings, something like that. That's going to meet the code requirements. And so that's really what we're getting by having Sean there, and he does a great job of that.
What are some of the common things that people want to build and they may not think that they need a permit for?
We've been seeing quite a bit of roofing projects going on.
Oh, yeah.
Recently.
Winter time, I can imagine that. So you have to get permitted for a full redo or anything like that?
You do.
Okay. Wow.
Re-roofs, new roofs. And it's a real simple process. It's not onerous, and it's fairly inexpensive as well. But it ensures the homeowner that they're getting quality product too. They might hire, if they're doing it themselves or hiring a licensed bonded contractor, sometimes mistakes are made. and maybe the code isn't being followed, and it ensures that homeowner is being not taken advantage of. They're getting a fair quality product as well as meeting code.
Do they have to have a piece of paperwork visible to someone like yourself if you come by?
We have a bright pink permit card that should be posted.
Oh, that's a good
clearly
tell then if
visible
it's
on
not
the
there.
front of the house. Yeah.
Okay. So roofing, and that makes sense, I guess, as winter comes in. People are worried about that and the housing market and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What is another something that people will go, that's small. You don't need a permit for that. Shelton. No, I don't know.
Windows, maybe.
Windows, yeah.
Oh, you have to get it.
Replacement windows.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sheetrock. There's the little covered porches and things like that. That probably, the homeowner, the handyman, the guy that wants to kind of do the little project himself.
Yeah.
That might not think of that, but there really are implications long term with doing some of these projects that could affect the safety of not only the structure they're building, but the structure they're attaching to, the house itself, if you're building a porch off it. So those are things that people might not think of. That again, and it's cheap. If it's a $1,000 project, you're coming in and you're paying less than $100 for a permit, and then you get
that's good peace of mind.
You get design review. You get at least, there's usually an inspection or multiple inspections up there, and then you get that card signed off and put in your files when you sell that house, and you have that disclaimer that the realtor wants you to sign, that you've done all your work with permits. You can honestly say, yeah, they've all been permitted, they've all been signed off, and you don't have the risk of having a home inspector check that and maybe coming back on a sale.
Put a wrench into that deal.
Yeah, exactly right.
Interesting. Those are a couple things that I probably wouldn't have thought about. So better safe than sorry. Come by the city, talk to Sean, get it figured out. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Give us a call. You can call the front desk. Nicole does a great job, kind of as the permit tech role, and can really, you have a list in front of you. We have that list available on our website that says, when do I need a permit, and what kind of projects would require a permit, and we can answer most of those right over the phone without much detail, just the description of the project somebody might have.
Some of these: retaining wall over 4 feet, above ground swimming pool exceeding 2 feet deep. Does that include the things that you just buy at the store?
It does.
Yeah.
It does?
It does.
Oh my gosh.
Well known, yeah.
And you guys are enforcing these things now.
Well, they're hard. Sometimes they're hard to enforce. We do our best, and obviously we want people to comply with the code. We can't catch everything.
Sure.
Obviously, there's projects that go on out there, and we're not out just looking for violations. We've got a job to do. That job entails office staff being in the office and performing those functions. So we're not out knocking on every door, looking at every backyard for the Costco pool put
Right.
up back there.
But there is more than there has been in the past.
Certainly, yeah.
Interesting. Well, definitely check this out, because you may get ready to do something and then come to find out, wham, wham, should have talked to the city. Very cool.
And it can infect possibly your insurance coverage as well. So it's really a benefit to the homeowner if you've got a project that might have been unpermitted and unsafe, and you knowingly participate in that, your insurance might not cover. So that's another factor.
This has been a good conversation here with Mark Ziegler, Sean Carlstrom, as we focus on Shelton, brought to you by our Community Credit Union. Thanks for the info. You can find more on this on the city's website. Thanks for coming on. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.